Isn't
Get
it
in here, General.
isn't it kind of weird? Like not weird, but like it's different when you're not on stream. It's weird because there's nobody to talk to. So I bet you get to focus better. You know what I mean?
It's just as two or three people. It's not people trying to top one another. It's a real conversation.
I agree, man.
I like it.
I think it might be a little different. I like both, but like this is definitely more low key and you can focus. You can actually talk.
One is talking about surface things, and here we can talk about getting under the surface. One's kind of like entertaining me, and one's trying to have a conversation that hopefully can be entertaining. I think will.
Like I said, man, it's kind of
Right?
like if you. I don't know if you listen to any of. Well, you probably have Ian Ellis's Podbean episodes, but how
Yeah.
reflective they are. I
Uh-huh.
like that. It's like he hits pause for a second and really examines shit, and I think that's cool as fuck. But he also talks
Yeah.
about like shit that's going on in the news, all kinds of bullshit.
It's okay to talk about things that have meaning, and like I said, just aren't lines to top the other guy. uh, really talking, like going beneath the surface. I really liked you were talking about maybe having a roundabout, and I was thinking like we could have a roundabout focused on certain subjects where, hey, Bella could come in and talk about comedy, or Frank could come on and talk about religion.
I love that
You know,
idea, dude. I love that idea. Yeah,
topics that the person is associated with.
and you're thinking that you're saying, what should we call this? Like, let's give it a name. What about show talk instead of talk show? I don't know. That's just what
So
I've got.
let's think about it and do it right.
All right.
Like I was with, yeah. Unless something comes to you and we could talk about it.
I like show talk, but
I don't, because it's not a show is kind of, you do shtick and you have all our entertainments. We're like talking, so I want the name to kind of describe what's going on.
you see what I'm saying? Maybe we'll have to ask somebody to name it for us, or throw out some names and
No, no, no,
give
we
some
don't need that.
suggestions.
No, no, we don't need that. It's just taking a little time to do it right.
Yeah, I
Do it.
guess
Do it.
it's definitely a tough thing though. Because, like you said, you're gonna have that name forever. Like when Revenge of the Sith came up with that name,
Yeah, man.
they were probably like, "Oh my god, this is great,"
Yeah.
And now they're stuck with that shit.
That's why it's okay not to decide in 2 minutes.
Right.
But I come up with a name, and you could too. Let's think about it. I came with Joe Booney. It took like 10 minutes, and I came up with Good People.
Good people. I don't
Because
like that one though. Do you?
uh, I don't like it as much once you said that. But if the show's the show is about helping people. It's going to be a family-oriented show where people.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant for this show. I see what you're saying.
No, 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 no.
I see what
Completely
you're
different.
saying. I totally get that. Yeah,
Be about helping good people, about being with good people, about talking about what do you do about bullying. So it's a completely different kind of show.
I totally
But
get that.
anyway,
Then
that's what I came up with. So let's come up with a name that kind of describes, not too fancy that people can say easy, but really says something about what we're doing.
yeah, we'll have to think about that.
Think about it, man.
Yeah, but so do we have any topics here to throw around? I've got a few. But
Well,
if you got
uh,
something, I'd
I,
love to
I
lead
was
on it.
going to follow you. I mean, there's always Trump, there's morality, there's loving, but let's start. Let me let you kind of lead it. Let me
All
try
right.
to work it that way for a change.
I I like okay, if I have to reflect on like what the best decade was, like if I was this age right now, I mean, the 90s were they seemed pretty sick, right? I mean, you were in the 90s. You were how
I
old were you
agree.
in the 90s?
Uh, um, Let me think. 7 to 17.
Oh, okay, so you were born in 83. Okay. So yeah, I mean,
36.
is it just that when you think back to a time, you think that when you were a child that was like the best time ever, or is it just because the '90s really? I don't know. The music seemed like it was just badass. Like everything, like people weren't, you know, fighting the way they are, or like politics didn't seem as like vicious. and stuff like that back then either. Like it seemed like people kind of got along. I don't know. It didn't
I
seem like there
think
was that
there
many
was
shootings.
who were the presidents back there?
Well, you
I don't think people got along. I think it's one's personal experience with what was going on. Like if you're a kid, I mean, remember what play was like, and neurologically we're programmed for imagination, and everything is new and everything's exploring. As long as you have the basic things like shelter and family are being cool, so it's kind of both. You know, if you're in the depression, for example, you're not going to dig it. But the 90s seemed like a pretty good environment. And if you had a good home life, I mean, those are the best memories, kind of to me.
I'll tell you this though. I mean, I don't know what the hell kind of haircut it's called now. I guess it's called like a pompadour or something like that. But I used to think that was the gayest looking haircut. And then like I knew some people who got it, and I'm like, what the fuck kind of hairdo is that? You're shaved on the side. You got this long
Yeah.
shit you slick back, and now everybody's got it. And now I have a fucking haircut like that, and I'm like, what the fuck
Uh,
happened, dude? It's just funny how trends and fads just like, slide right in. At
Yeah,
first,
I think the good haircuts were the ones that people said, "Hey, that's a good haircut."
but
You know,
at first, it's funny how something that ends up being really popular at first, is like ugh, and then oh, Ross Dog's here. What's going on, man? Hey,
or that
Ross.
sounds like Bobars, but I'd rather hear rock talk.
All right.
So
What's
how's the
up?
new job going, bro?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Mostly just sales. I don't have to do shit.
Oh, really? So like, are you like well, not right now, obviously, because you just started, but it's like you're less in the field, right?
Well, they have people that are just installers. They have sales guys and
Come
shit
on
like
in. We could use a Negro.
that.
And I think we'll keep the limit at
He's the
4 people,
Negro.
Negro.
That works.
just so everybody can get a word in. But
Mm.
we were
I'm
just talking.
listening tonight.
What's up, Sam?
Yeah, my so the box truck that we like today we were riding in today, and there's a padlock on the back of it, to get to all the tools and everything.
Hmm.
We never unlocked the truck one time today.
Oh, really? Why? Oh, because you just
Yeah,
didn't have to get into
we
there.
just sold shit. That's it.
Well, hey, man, that's where the money's at anyway, right? Selling shit.
Yeah, so sold a filtration system, and that's like $700 right there on the check. At
Dude,
one hour's work, 1 hour non-work, just talking.
I just picked up two lakeside properties this week, and they're $50 a piece. And they're right next to each other. They're neighbors. It's like two older ladies, sisters, and they only come up on the weekend, but they want it done weekly, and it takes me about an hour and a half. I'm like, shit, yeah,
Nice.
fuck yeah, dude. I wish I could get like that whole neighborhood right there. But that's what you do is you get your foot into one spot because this is about 15 minutes from my house. So you get your foot there though, and now it's worth it to advertise out there because then
Uh,
you're already out there. What the fuck's the point? It's not
you
no
ever heard of Nexstar?
like
Like teaching
NEXTAR.
sales and shit? Yeah, yeah.
I have heard of that, but I don't know what it is.
Our company's big on that, so I'm gonna be doing training in that. But that shit like teaches you so much good sales shit.
Yeah,
Amazing.
dude. There's ways to manipulate people for sure.
Yeah, all these people I work with, like this guy I've been riding with, he's 10 years younger than me. His paychecks are 2 to 3 thousand a week.
That's where I'm trying to get to. The guy I work for, he makes about just cutting grass. We'll cut like, well, like I said, I do my own side work too. But when I work with him, he does 20 yards in a day and about $50 a pop. It's $1,000
Yeah,
just in a day.
yeah.
And then he does that 2 days a week, and then he leaves the rest of his schedule open for like grading a driveway or, other bullshit, dock work, anything that comes along. And I don't want to do that. I just want to cut grass all day. I don't want to fuck around with the. I don't know. I might end up wanting to get like a tractor and shit because you can make a lot of money with a fucking tractor. It's insane. He
Yeah.
charged like $200 an hour. That's like, whew, that's what I want. Like he graded a road the other day and made $1,800 in a day. I was like, you fucking cocksucker, dude.
Nice. This company just borrowed 100 million to expand.
Oh, Jesus.
They're the fastest growing company in Florida and pretty high up in America.
When I lived down there, I was thinking about getting a job. I was like, kind of. Oh, I wasn't desperate. There was work everywhere. But I wanted to get paid good, and I was thinking about going into the Everglades, and I don't know I guess you would call it, not terraforming, but you just develop it. And I was like, I don't know if I want to be out in the Everglades, man. That sounds sketchy as fuck.
It's just a bunch of fucking dried up land. That's all it is.
Oh, it's dried up now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
The gators are like, literally when you're driving down the main highway through the Everglades, like from the west to the east coast, you just see alligators just lined up because they're fucking
Gator
they barely
Alley,
got
right?
any water. Yeah.
Is that what they called it? Yeah.
Like if you went south from here, but you could go a different way. But anyone who's down in like southwest Florida, all the way down there,
Yeah.
like as far down as Miami, you just go straight across. You just gotta put your G string on and go on South Beach.
Yeah.
I've only been through there once, and it was like it looked cool.
Yeah. I mean,
I drove there to bring a plumbing van to another employee, and then we rode back.
the fucking Dexter show is ridiculous, man. Like, give it a chance, I guess, if you ever bored.
But it was interesting that you have a real guy doing monster stuff, but you rooted for the guy. There was a certain decency and humanity, but if you really looked at what he was doing, so there was that dissonance that was kind of interesting.
Well, he was an
Bugs Bunny.
anti-hero.
But as children, it's easier to believe that stuff.
What do you guys think about Ian's new show?
Fucking hilarious.
It is funny, dude. It's like a sitcom. I don't know
That's the
how he's
plan.
done some of the shit he's done in that. It's weird. With a phone app, he's done all that. It's fucking
Is it on
fascinating.
YouTube? Where do you find it?
Oh, you haven't seen this, Sam? Here, hold on. Let me find one. Send it to you.
Joe, what do you think about the accusation that you might not be black?
I don't know. Think what you want, man. I mean, there's proof everywhere.
It's the
I mean,
proof.
I look down, I see it, I'm like, yep, that's
Wait
definitely
a
black.
minute. We have no proof.
I do.
That's
I
true.
can see it right now on my
Did you hear
skin.
the cop sirens following him?
How would he prove it
Right in
though,
the
Sam?
background.
Well, we could ask him questions like, what's
he
the
like
last
chicken or
time you
watermelon?
had Kool-Aid?
Right? Yeah. I don't think that's gonna work. He knows the answers. He could fool us.
Everybody loves chicken and watermelon. That wouldn't really prove anything.
We're gonna need a DNA sample.
I know a question to figure this out. You go to the grocery store. Can you buy a hot sub with your EBT card?
Whoops. What the fuck's going on?
Oh,
Partially. It depends on the sub and how hot it is. If they cook it for you, no.
He's black. He's black.
I didn't even know what you were talking about.
He's not like your
Black people watch Opie and Anthony,
stereotypical.
do they? I guess Patrice. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
that's what got me into it.
Oh,
Yeah, the cult of Black
oh,
Phillip streams.
that's
We're not
right.
doing
I
those
learned that the other
anymore,
day.
by
I'm
the way.
sorry. That's right.
We're done with that.
You're not doing that?
No. How many times are we gonna fucking have CEO just be like,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
fuck
last one.
Dante, and I'm like, yeah, unsub, dislike, unsub. Like, no thanks. I gotta get
Yeah.
up for work now.
The gimmick's over. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand.